While Fluttershy is probably my least favourite of the main six, I think Applejack might be the one whose episodes I look forward to the least. Not because she's a bad character, but the situation she's at in her life and what she's currently doing make it difficult to create good stories for her. It seems like most of the time she depends on sharing the limelight with other characters in order to get a good story. She's the type of character who is more about her relationships with others than she is about herself as a pony. So with these key episodes this season that are clearly about showing that the main six still possess their element of harmony, the writers were always going to have difficulties making Applejack's episode interesting. But they did at least try to step up the enjoyment of this episode by bringing back another fan favourite. So even if they couldn't make Applejack's part interesting, they at least had the chance to better explore the Flim Flam brothers. Sadly, it's a chance that Josh Haber doesn't take. Flim and Flam play an identical role to last time, merely acting as a foil for Applejack. The only clear difference is that they are now con men, while last time their machine actually worked. There really isn't any need for it to be Flim and Flam that sell the tonic, other than the fact that they were popular with the fans. I'm sorry, but that just really irritates me. Why bring back one-off characters if you're not going to do anything new with them? Why not give them more of a backstory or give them some kind of growth? I'm not saying I wanted them to be redeemed, but I would have liked to have found out something else about them that we didn't know from their first appearance. So now that I've got that out of my system, let's talk about what this episode actually does. To begin with, this is one of those do I tell the truth or not stories that have been done a lot in kids shows. There have been two particular criticisms of this episode that I've been hearing a lot. It's been done before, and it was predictable. Now, generally speaking, I don't like either of these arguments. With it's been done before, when you really think about it, pretty much everything has been done before. It's called formula fiction, and the reason why it's been done before is because it works. The choice Applejack has to make here between what is morally right and what will make things easier for Granny Smith is a plot that has worked a lot in the past. The more important questions to think about here are, is it done well, and has it been done better in the past? With it was predictable, most stories are predictable. You know the hero is not going to die, you know the bad guys will be defeated, and you know that there will be a happy ending. Heck, with the way a lot of movie trailers are nowadays, you know like half the film before you even see it. However, I do think this point is somewhat valid in the case of this episode because the key element to this story is a dilemma. And the important thing about a good dilemma is that there is no obvious right answer. A good example of this would be that thing with the two boats in The Dark Knight. But if we already know what the right choice is, then there really is nothing interesting about the dilemma. So yes, I think the predictability of this episode is a problem, but the fact it's been done before is not. Now let's really talk about the dilemma Applejack is faced with here. Does she continue to lie to basically all of Ponyville about the tonic and be the reason that a lot of rather dim-witted ponies are throwing their money away? Or does she tell the truth and take away Granny Smith's confidence to go in the water? I have a few problems with this. First, while being convinced that the tonic worked may have given Granny Smith the confidence to go back in the water, no amount of confidence is going to heal broken bones. Did none of the ponies with physical injuries try the tonic and then quickly report that it didn't work? By the way, what the heck has been going on in Ponyville lately for there to be so many citizens with broken legs and cracked skulls? Second, I would go as far as to say it's actually favourable for Applejack to tell the truth. If she doesn't tell the truth, then Granny Smith will have to keep on buying the tonic in order to believe she's okay to go in the water. But if she does tell the truth, then Granny will know that she had the ability to go in the water the whole time and doesn't need the tonic. It's obvious why the brothers wouldn't want this to happen, but why wouldn't Applejack? I don't know, maybe she's worried that Granny's irrational fear of water will resurface, but the knowledge that she was able to swim with a bit of added confidence would have at least been something. A few other minor things about this episode. I like that Big Mac is being shown to have a sense of humour here. We are starting to see a bit more depth to him this season. The song was nice, but it felt a bit too similar to the one in Super Speedy, which I still think has a more catchy tune. Any pony else think this sounded like the music from Inception?
Are you as worried as I am?
Yep.
It also annoyed me how long it took Applejack to work out that Silver Shrill was in on the con. Shouldn't it have been pretty clear from the moment she saw him coming out of the tent? But overall the story here, while being one that has been done a lot before, is told pretty well. It's a good lesson and it's well conveyed. Since Applejack doesn't find out the truth until halfway through the episode, I don't think she stalled for too long before coming to her senses, and her reasons for telling the truth made sense. But at the same time, it doesn't really try anything new or unexpected, it plays it safe the whole way through. I had kind of a Maud Pie reaction to this episode. I didn't feel anything. I didn't like it, I didn't dislike it. Just meh.